go, baby. Back in September, my husband and I decided we wanted to do some rail fanning, and the town of Cleburne, Texas apparently has a lot of railroad history, so we decided to take the day to go check it all out. So we decided to start our day with breakfast at the Chafin restaurant. This little restaurant was opened by the Chafin family in 1920, and it moved to this location in 1946. For years it was the restaurant of choice for Santa Fe employees in Cleburne, and in 2008, after renovations began, the train theme was added to reflect Cleburne's rich railroad history. Trains can travel approximately 16 miles a day on the tracks around the ceiling of the restaurant. But the best part is the food. Look at this beautiful food.
Thank you.
Oh, with biscuits and gravy, yum, yum, yum. So after we filled ourselves with breakfast, or overfilled, we decided to wander over to Hewland Park to see the Spirit of Cleburne, which is a 462 locomotive 3417, and it originally was delivered to the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe back in 1919, and it was assigned to passenger service for most of its 35 years. They say it did over 2 million miles of active operation. In 1954, Santa Fe retired the locomotive, and in 55, it was donated to Cleburne and moved to Hewland Park, where it is now known as the Spirit of Cleburne. And it's a beautiful, beautiful steamer, and just walking around it and getting an idea of the massive size. The front wheels are as tall as I am. Wow. Next, we took a short trip to the nearby Cleburne Railroad Museum. Entrance to the museum is free. They basically operate off of donations. It was built and opened to the public, I think, in 2016, and they have thousands of actual railroad artifacts from Santa Fe Railroad and the shops in Cleburne. There's so much history to be learned here, and I love all the information, interactive exhibits, and I learned really cool stuff, like in 1897, Cleburne won out over Dallas, Fort Worth, and Temple. They were all much larger cities, but Cleburne won to become the location of the biggest Santa Fe shops west of the Mississippi, where they repaired and manufactured locomotives and all kinds of other stuff. One of the coolest things I learned was the CF7 project, and that might be something worth looking into more in another video, but I absolutely loved the details. And as fascinating as all that information was, we finally get to what was really my favorite part of the entire museum, which is this massive layout, HO scale, and I could have sat there for hours watching and just admiring all the detail work, all the building that went into it. It's just outstanding. So it took quite a bit to pull me away from probably one of the most fun playlands ever, but we had a lot more to do. So no railfanning escapade is complete without stopping at a railroad station. And this tiny little station is the train station in Cleburne. It's now serviced by Amtrak. And here you see an image of the Harvey House that used to stand in Cleburne and service passengers and railroad employees alike. But of course, the whole time that we are at the train station, there's really only one thing I want to see. I'm going to show you more of the train in a little bit, but there's still more to do. So just outside of the train station, there is this wonderful ATSF caboose, and it's there on display. You can't get on it, can't look in the windows, but look how neat this is. Some of you may have seen the short that I did a few weeks back on this, and it's just such a delight. I've seen it so many times driving by, and I finally got to see it up close. So I finally got to see the caboose up close, and then while we were in the train station, one of the ladies there told us about another place we could go to see trains. So the Cleburne Railroaders are a professional baseball league out of Cleburne, and the small baseball park they play at has train decorations. This most likely was never a real locomotive, not at least the shell on it, but the wheels and the chassis were pretty cool to look at. But we wandered around, took some pictures, and read a little bit on the storyboards. Now, neither of us are really big sports fans, but one of these days when a game is on, we just might come down to watch the Cleburne Railroaders in action. And so we wrapped up our visit there. Here's a final shot, and then we headed over to our final destination of the day, which is Dillon Depot. And right as we got there, we saw this in the parking lot. We don't know the history, but this is a Plymouth Valiant, and I have never seen one of these ever before. But it was pretty cool, so of course we had to take video of it. But let's go inside and see what Dillon Depot is all about.
How you doing? Doing all right. Come on in.
This is great. So this is a wonderful place with an actual 1950s soda fountain and homemade ice cream and what they call shifters, chili cheese dogs, and most especially of all, train stuff and layouts. It's just incredible. So this place is owned by the same person who owns the Chafin restaurant. So clearly this is a train nerd that we can all appreciate. The layout that we're looking at here was built by a college professor, in Keene, and at some point his wife asked if he could find a hobby that didn't take up so much room. So the owner of Dillon Depot decided to purchase it and place it here in the restaurant. And it's huge, massive, and there's a scavenger hunt where you can actually look for little characters and little details. And you know, if that's not your thing, you can just watch trains. There's also antique shops, so if the person accompanying you on such a journey as this is not into trains, there's tons of antiques to be seen on the other side of this restaurant. It's not my thing though, I just want to see the trains. And just spend time admiring the beauty of this layout. The details were so astounding. All the buildings, all the people, the vehicles, and there was a wonderful information card, and I read the details of how this all got built, and you know, I just completely forgot it for having so much fun. So we did try the Shifter's chili cheese dog, and I had a Frito pie, and we had root beer, and the ice cream was indeed tasty. And after such a long day, it was time to go home. But we had so much fun, and who would have thought, just right around the corner in Little Cleburne, Texas, all this wonderful rail fanning to be had. But much like the train at the end of this video, it's time to pull out of the station and head home. And I thank you all so much for coming with me on this journey. We had such a blast. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment because I really love hearing from you. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications because it really makes Paxton happy. Bless you all and take care. Good girl.